There we go. Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Wednesday. Let's do the introduction here first and then we'll say hi to everybody. Hopefully you can hear me okay. Thanks for joining me. We're taking, again, a little bit of a break for the summer, but it's Wednesday today, so we're gonna come on. Still summer, still warm, so we're gonna do a coleslaw recipe here. I think it's kind of a twist a little bit on the regular coleslaw. All of the ingredients are down in the description below, so if you wanna come back and check it out, you can follow along. Ingredients list down there. This one's super easy to make. We're going to be having this with a little bit, we're going to have coleslaw, but I'm going to cook off some chicken burgers and do like crispy chicken in the air fryer. So we're going to have that with some chicken burgers with the coleslaw. So welcome everybody. Thanks for joining me. Let's see who's here. So Mike is here. Hey Mike. My mom's here. Hi Mom. Hopefully you figured it out. It looks like you were not seeing it, but hopefully everything's working and working on now. Let me know if you're still having problems, but hopefully everything is good. And Christine's here. Hey, Christine, welcome. Wednesday is going good. So let's get started. This is a coleslaw. Everybody's probably had coleslaw before. Let's go over the ingredients. Oh, my mom says I'm late, but I'm not sure. It's 5 o'clock. I'm not sure. We're going to use some, we've got some green cabbage that's going to go in there. That's the base of coleslaw. You could also have the purple cabbage if you wanted in there too. I was going to go get some of that today, but then I got to the store and I forgot to pick it up. So we're just going to have the green cabbage with this one, which will be fine. And inside that, this is where it kind of gets a bit of a twist. We're going to kind of do, we wouldn't call it necessarily Mexican salsa. I know my mom was talking about, she had mentioned a Mexican salsa with, I think, black beans in there as well, but you could put those in there. Going to kind of do a twist on this. I had some corn to use up, so I grilled off on the barbecue. We've done this recipe before with the grilled corn with the Aleppo pepper. I've got that pre-grilled, but I'm going to cut the kernels off for the coleslaw, which is going to be good. So we'll have the corn in there. I'm going to chop up a red onion, a red pepper, and in the recipe I did say jalapeno, but I realized I didn't have any jalapenos. So to give it a bit of spice, I'm going to put in a little bit of, perfect timing, Dean, because I'm going to put a little bit of habanero in there. And I've got a carrot as well. Half this stuff I've unpacked, and I forgot about. But the only thing is, I think, there they are. And I've got some carrots. I'll put some shredded carrot into the coleslaw as well. And there we go. So perfect kind of barbecue side dish is the coleslaw. So. And Dean says we make coleslaw today with that would be nice with homegrown carrots. These are unfortunately from the store, but homegrown ones would be good, nice and sweet. So let's get chopping so it can sit and we'll toss everything together. The base of it is going to be mayonnaise. So we've got some mayonnaise here, but I do like to put a little squeeze of lime in there, give it a little zip with some lime. So let's get it going. It's been a while since I've been live cooking dinner. It actually feels kind of weird, but it's we've been taking a break a little bit for the summer, which is okay too. So let's get the other camera going here. Everybody's here. Hey everybody. Freddie we've got here. Nadia is here. Hello, hola. Dean, Mike is here. I think I said hi to everybody. My mom and Freddie. Welcome. We're making coleslaw. So let's get this started. We'll use the ever trusty mandolin. It's perfect for shredding the coleslaw nice and quickly. We'll just take out. Let me move this over a little bit. Take out the core, and I like to kind of get it a bit more manageable sizes. So cut that in a quarter, and we're just going to use half. And then it's just a matter of going through. And I've got the attachment on there, if you can see it, it's like the julienne attachment. So it'll give us the shreds. I'll show you here after we do it. shredded cabbage. You could also do this in the chopping attachment if you have a food processor, or by hand if you're just making a little bit. But the mandolin is definitely makes quick work. I'm going to use the attachment to get the end part. At the end, we'll do this. You can just kind of go through, get as much as you can, and then we have a piece that protects our the piece that protects our fingers at the end. There we go. Then we don't cut ourselves. Like so. Now, get the other piece. And oh, no one can watch. I'm not going to look at the comments when I'm doing the mandolin, because yeah, you have to pay attention because it is sharp. And you never seem to cut yourself on, like, these are the kind of things where I'll finish cutting before I say it. It's always the last little bits that are the hardest, and sometimes it's really easier if they start to break apart. It is actually easier and safer just to do it with your knife. So we'll do that with the last little bits. We'll show you here. The thing with the mandolin you have to be careful with, I mean, you're always paying attention when you're cutting with it, but it's when you're putting it away, or if you're, I find if you're like washing it, you have to really be careful, because you kind of just not paying attention as much, and that's when it will bite you. So if you're washing it and you're trying to dry it off or something like that, that's when it can be dangerous. You're just not paying as much attention to it. There we go. And then these little end bits, you'll see it just if you shred it, it just kind of comes into pieces, and you chop them out, and there we go. So we've got our cabbage chopped up. We've got a lot here. We'll have leftovers for sure for tomorrow, which is fine. It will last in the fridge for a couple of days, not a problem. There we go. So we'll get the rest into the mix. Whenever you're doing the mandolin and the cabbage, I always find it goes everywhere, and I have to mop up the floor after, because little bits of cabbage go everywhere. Now, with the mandolin, I'm going to wash it, because if you leave it too long, it will, if the stuff dries, you can never get it out of the little nooks and crannies. So, there we go. There we go. And so Sam's here. Hey Sam, welcome. Let's just see here and pull your comments over so I can see better. Food processor, yes, you could. That would work. I think Freddie asked that. You could, if you have a big enough one. I just have a little chopper, and it would take forever to do enough cabbage. So the mandolin is fast. It's definitely faster. Now I'm gonna grate a little bit. Grater here, grated carrot. You could do this on the mandolin as well too, but I find it kind of easier to get the grated and use the grater to do that. And I'm just using white carrot. the end to make it easier to rest it on the cutting board. Perfect. So there's the carrot. And we're going to use the red pepper. I'm not going to use the whole thing because we got quite a bit in here. And by the time we get the corn, so I'm just going to use half of the red pepper, and I'll save the rest for another salad when we make it. And what I'm going to do for the red pepper is just we'll dice it. So I'll show you that to dice. We want all the other vegetables in there fairly small as well, much like the cabbage. So, and so Dean. So yeah, some of those have those disc attachments, right, for your food processor, like the full size one. I just have a little mini chopper, so it doesn't have the attachments the same. But that would work, yeah, if you have that shredder. That would work perfectly. And then you can do all of it. Like you could do the carrots in there at the same time. You'd still want to cut, for this portion, this stuff, I think you'd still want to put the onion by hand. Just because if I find you do the onions in the food processor, they kind of come more of like a pulp. Like they kind of turn more of like a pulp rather than like a dice. So it's easier, I think I find, just to cut the onions by hand. We'll put a red onion in there. If you don't have red onion, you could use the white onion, yellow onion. If you had a little bit of green onions as well, it would be good with the green onion in there. With this one, I'm going to do basically like a julienne. So cut in half, and then I'm going to go around this way on the knife, so it gives us kind of little strips. I'll show you. And just you go slow, you won't cut your fingers. You get to the end, it turns, and then what that gives us is it'll break apart and give us little shapes like that. There we go. So there's one onion, or half of the onion, and then we'll do the other half. Into the pot, and now we'll get the corn. But what I like to do, we're going to give it just a little bit of a mix it all up. To start, so as you can see, we've got a big bowl of coleslaw. Perfect. Coming together. Nice colorful salad for the barbecue side. And sweet or nutty? Good question. No, it's going to be kind of a bit more tart. The sweet Christine is actually going to come from the corn. This is like local, well, BC, not local here, but this is BC corn from the store. So this is going to be super sweet kernels. I grilled them off, threw a little bit of Aleppo pepper on there, so I'm going to keep the pepper and put that in, some of it in the coleslaw as well, because it's all good. But the corn is quite sweet. If you want to omit the corn, or you could also put a little bit of honey in there as well. Would be good. I can't remember if I have honey in the recipe, but we could put a little squeeze of honey. Would be nice. So we can do that for some more sweetness as well. And good. Nadia's got good ears, so that was Dunk meowing. So these corn I have pre-grilled and just seasoned. So what I'm going to do is take off the kernels and just use the knife to cut them off the cob. We've been having lots of corn this way. If you haven't tried grilled corn, you're missing out. And with the Aleppo pepper, it is really good. A little bit of spice, but it's really sweet. The kernels. It's even good as this as a side. As it's still warm, you can still cut it off and have it as a vegetable. Go. And that will just go all into the mix. Like so. Perfect. Now, we actually have one other bit. We have to put the habanero in there to give it a bit of spice. Now, if you don't like it super hot with peppers, right, take out the seeds, but we'll leave them in. I know Jason likes hot peppers, but I'm gonna put a glove on my fingers because I'm still gonna be kind of cooking. And if I end up touching my face for some reason, I don't want it really to burn. So I will get the glove on. And yeah, so no, yeah, if you don't like the hot, there we go. My fingers are a bit wet. If you don't like the hot, you can definitely leave this out. I'm just gonna chop it up. Just nice and kind of nice, as fine as you can, because it's gonna mix all in. Or if you leave it bigger, someone's gonna get a surprise. So nice, chopped up pepper, and we'll get some lime in there. We'll do the lime zest first. Perfect. And then squeeze of lime juice. These are really juicy limes we have right now. And get the lime. If you didn't want to have a bit of, if you didn't want to have a salad that's mayonnaise based, you could also put just a little bit of, it would be nice in there right now with the lime juice. You could put a little bit of, you could just put a little bit of olive oil in the salad instead. But it's kind of nice to have coleslaw a little bit the kind of traditional way. Mix that up, and then we're gonna put the mayonnaise in there too at the very end. So, as you can see, big bowl. Once the mayonnaise gets in there though, it does kind of shrink. It's gonna shrink down a little bit. We've got lots here for a salad. And this will be like a side. And then we have leftovers for tomorrow, which we can eat. Here we go. And lime zest, yeah, so you called it, Freddie. Lime zest, any kind of zest is nice if you have the microplane. It gives you a nice, nice little taste in the, all your cooking. So this mayonnaise is actually, it's not actual mayonnaise. It's like it's a vegan mayonnaise, but it's actually really good. So it's more like a Miracle Whip kind of idea. So to me, it was soy instead. And we'll just add this as we need. Little actually goes quite a long way. You don't want it too, like, I guess, mayonnaise-y, and you want to still leave it a bit kind of not dry, but it's not too liquidy because it's gonna sit, and now that it has been like we've got the citrus in there, the vegetables will start to let off a bit of water anyways, so it will get. You don't want too much. If you put too much mayonnaise in there, what happens is like the liquid just gets too like a pool in the bottom of the bowl after a day. So there we go. And I'm going to put a bit of cracked pepper in. And then the secret for this is basically kind of let it sit for a bit to let all the flavors come out. So what I'm going to do is we'll cover it and just put it into the fridge, and then we'll do our burgers. And then I'll answer any questions. Let me cover this up. And then we'll get our burgers going. So with the coleslaw, you could do that ahead of time. So if you're having dinner, you could definitely have that prepared in the fridge, just kind of waiting for dinner. But it's quick as well to make up, and then just kind of let it sit as well. So clean up this, and we'll get our chicken going. Here we go. So another easy kind of one two pot dinner. So I saw some little pickles here, Christine. Pickle juice. You could add pickle juice to that. Yeah. I don't know who. And Freddie says somebody drinks pickle juice from the jar. That's kind of gross. I've seen people put pickle, like if you're making a Caesar, is putting a little bit of if you're having like pickled those beans on your Caesar. Putting some of the juice into your Caesar, which I've seen not happen before. So let's get. We're gonna do is our chicken on the. I've got a couple of chicken breasts here. You can't even see them. I have already butterflied them. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna season them up a little bit, and we're gonna put them with some of the panko breadcrumbs, make them crispy, and then we're gonna cook them. We're gonna cook them in the air fryer, so they're kind of like a crunchy chicken burger with our coleslaw. So we'll get that started. So if you have any questions, let me know. We've got while we're waiting, we've got 9 people watching, so that's great. Thanks everybody for joining me on Wednesday. If you haven't already, hit the thumbs up. It always helps the channel. It's nice to see 9 people on a Wednesday. And yeah, she kind of did a Mexican one like this version. So black beans and sour cream instead of the mayonnaise as well. You can do that. Definitely can do that. That's a good idea. That's the one thing about coleslaw. It's a little bit open to your own kind of interpretation of what you would want to put in it. So I'm gonna put this is the thing we use with panko. Got the panko breadcrumbs to bread our chicken. Just about a cup. And I kind of just keep this fairly simple. You can add some spices to the chicken on top. So let's put in. We actually got this spice the other day. at the spice store, and it's a chili powder, but it's a Mayan chili powder, like a blend. And we thought, well, it might be good on chicken, so we're gonna try it tonight. It's got chili, so it's much like a chili powder, but it's got chilies, but it's also got cinnamon, cocoa powder, some oregano, onion, garlic. It's got a bit of sugar and allspice. So it's a bit different kind of spice. It's kind of interesting. So I'm going to put a bit of that on the chicken just to give it a try for something different. If you wanted to, oops, I can show you there. I'm going to put a fair bit, so it gives it some nice flavor. And what that's going to actually come off as well a little bit when I coat it in the with the breadcrumbs, it'll kind of all get mixed together, and then we'll put it into the air fryer. So something a little bit different. It'd be kind of interesting to try some actual chili, with this actual powder, but we'll see how it goes. So, and then just the chicken, we're gonna bread it just quickly with this. If you were to, you can also too do it like if you do the whole mix, like the flour, egg wash, breadcrumb, but we're just gonna go simple today with that, just to keep things easy. These are fairly big chicken breasts, so I'll actually cut them in half after we air fry them, and put like half in a burger, and then just save the other half. So that will go on. So just lightly breaded for a bit of crunch, and use the rest of our pepper up as well on top. There we are. Yeah, Christine, it's interesting. It's kind of like I guess it would be kind of like a mole, but it's all kind of like I think when you make moles, you're using whole peppers, but these are ground up. It's interesting. It's got a nice smell to it. You can definitely smell the cocoa. You can smell the cinnamon. It's not overpowering with cinnamon, but it's a nice kind of smell. Really light kind of smell. So I think it'll be good with the coleslaw and the burgers. So yeah, keep it simple. Let's turn on the air fryer, and then we can tidy up. Gotta plug it in. There we go. So it's been a while since I've used this. So air fry, start. It will heat up, and then it'll let us know. It'll let us know when we put on our chicken. So with the chicken, this air fryer's got racks. So what I'll do is put a little. Here we can show here. I've got the 2 racks. It helps to have a little bit of the spray just on them so it doesn't stick. So I usually put that down, and then I will put the chicken 1 and 1, like so. If we've got extra stuff, we'll just sprinkle on, so we have get all the flavor and spices. But I think Mole, Christine, would kind of be the best kind of description of what this kind of smells like for sure. And then I always find that this a little quick spray on top, it will brown the breadcrumbs better. The air fryer, but that's it. There's no other oil that goes in there, so that's all good. So there we go. I'll just do a quick tidy up here as we go, and if anybody has any questions, just let me know. What's everybody having for dinner tonight on Wednesday? Is anybody else barbecuing or anything like that? In the air fryer, what'll happen is it'll beep when it's hot enough, and it'll tell me when to put in put it in the chicken. The chicken breaded like this is actually quite nice. Nice and light, and something a little bit different than just barbecued or grilled if you have an air fryer. And I do have to, we've got buns, and I have to, what I'm going to do is I'll toast after the chicken's done. I'll put the buns into the air fryer just quickly to give them a bit of toasting. That way we're not turning on the oven and doing all that kind of stuff. So if you're making this recipe, coleslaw, easy. And then if you're wanting to make chicken burgers or something like that, if you have an air fryer, you don't have to turn on the big oven. But if you had a barbecue or something outside, it's a nice night, you could always have a barbecue. So kind of perfect. We've got some new people here, so yeah, welcome. I know John, welcome again. You've been here before. But we've got Miss Betty Fitness, so welcome. Welcome live. We're cooking, we're making chicken burgers with, the main recipe though is coleslaw, which we've made. So you'll have to come back if you're just joining us. You can check out the coleslaw, but we'll show it at the end here. Once the chicken burgers are done, we'll plate everything up and we'll do a taste so you can have a take a look. But if you're watching, just tuning in, all the ingredients are down below and you can come back and follow along. And so Christine's having sausages. That sounds good. Are they on the barbecue? You can get a barbecue maybe. That would sound good. And yeah, so we have good question. We do have buns, and I bought buns for that. I like these ones. These are these are great for. These would be good with the sausages too, Christine, because they make the rolls. They're the Italiano, like those really soft kind of olive oil buns. They're like a. They're not brioche, but they're kind of like an olive oil bread. And they're super soft. So, they're nice toasted. So kind of like a brioche. So that's the buns. And John, good question. No, nothing in this dish from the Arrow Garden. But we did yesterday. We did was it yesterday? It might have been the day before. We did a recipe with it's on the channel. We did refrigerator pickles. So we're gonna have a couple of the pickles on the side of this. So technically, yeah, kind of. We use the dill with the refrigerator pickles. Those are ready. So let's put this in. We'll always beep to let you know. And then that's it. We just let this go till they're ready. It's probably gonna be about, I'd say 10-15 minutes ish. We'll keep an eye on the chicken. And yeah, so the buns are really good. I'm just gonna get rid of the cutting board. We have the raw chicken over top of it, and we'll put the buns together on our other cutting board. Yeah, they're my favorite, Christine. Those buns are my favorite ones as well. Sometimes they're always sold out though. You go look for them and you can't find them. You're like, ah. And the other ones aren't the same. Oh, thanks, Tom. Hopefully, makes it. I think it makes it look easy, but like on the channel though, they're all fairly simple recipes that I think everybody can do quite easily at home too. And then hopefully, if you're cooking at home, you can impress your family with family or friends with these kind of some quick and simple recipes. I'm gonna grab my broom because I've got some cabbage on the floor that I don't want to step everywhere here. So let me just do this sweep. This brings me back to the days when I worked in the hotel kitchen. We have to like sweep the line halfway through the night, and there'd be food everywhere. Always, if you're in a kitchen and you go for a tour of the kitchen, you'll see some that they'll be spotless. It's because we have to sweep and scrub like all night. We'd be sweeping going through. So if you're at a restaurant that has an open kitchen, keep an eye out and see how many times. See how many times there's people sweeping the line, and they'll know it's a clean kitchen. I see a super chat, and I see it's from Christine. Thanks, Christine. That means you get the, hold on here, you get the, here goes. That's too good. Thanks, Christine. That's awesome. And I think it says, what is it? I just want to see the dance. So it's the dance, the spin, and then you get the, did it go again? I think it went. I can't always hear it. Thanks, Christine. That's generous. I can really smell the chili powder. It's quite nice, actually. Everybody likes the DJ horn. Thanks, that's so funny. I wish I could hear it. There's got to be a way. If I turn on the problem is if I turn on the sound, it gives me an echo when I'm talking. So unfortunately, I can't hear the air horn. But I'm going to judge by Nadia's laughing that I think it went off. It's too funny. Thanks, Christine. That's too funny. And that's cooking, coming up nicely. That's still staying hot. Yeah, perfect. The disco light didn't trip a switch or anything like that. That's too good. Makes me laugh. LMMO. You gotta tell everybody what that means, Nadia, in the chat. I know what it means. That's a good one. Get our plates ready for the burgers. There it is, yeah, LMMO. Laughing my mask off. That's good. Yeah, the chili, Dean, the chili powder smell is actually smelling good. It's light. It's got an interesting. I'm trying to think what that. I think it's kind of the cinnamon, but it's not. It's not like the cinnamon. There's something else that's giving kind of the aroma. Let me grab the chili because there's something in there that's giving it the smell. It must be just, it does, and again, it doesn't tell me on the bottle what the mixture of what the chilies are in here. But I think it's just a mixture of kind of like the cinnamon and the cocoa. Oh, the cumin, that's what I'm smelling a little bit too, the cumin that's in there. But what this says is actually, it recommends this is good for turkey as well. Turkey, bison, but also goes with, to make a chili, but also good if you were, say, grilling or doing something with like bell peppers. So interesting, kind of something different that I found in the store that I picked up. I can't go to that store without, I went to pick up, I needed to get peppercorns, and I came back with like 7 different things, so. And, oh, thanks, Christine, that's good. Yeah, I'll be back to do more as we go here, but you know, it's been, I think it's been good because everybody's good getting outside a little bit. The weather's been nice, and it gives me a little bit of break on the channel too, to cook live all the time. And it's just, we'll get back to it in the winter when we're all hunkered in, having meals at home. I think more people are kind of getting out now a little bit more, so we're just doing the Wednesdays. We'll keep going, and then I do the Arrow. We still have the Arrow. I'm looking at the Arrow Garden right here. We still do the Arrow Garden updates, and I can record those in the morning. So check in on those if you're looking for your fix. And cumin. How did I pronounce it? I always pronounce it wrong. We could do, yeah. You know what? We could do jicama. Basil. I have to do a pasta for the basil. I have to do an Italian pasta recipe for sure. With that, I think we'll have to do some fresh basil, some pasta cooked up. Just something really simple with some garlic. We've got the garlic still here. Maybe next week we've got the garlic from the Saskatoon farm, the home farm garlic. So we'll maybe do some pasta with garlic and basil, just fresh tossed. I think with a little bit of olive oil. Something simple. Nothing with mint, because the mint is a dud. It's not. Hasn't done. It's got one little tiny sprout of nothing. So I don't know if mint is actually gonna work. We'll see. It hasn't been promising so far. So let's see this. Okay, we're about halfway there. So what I like to do halfway through is give it a flip. Oh, I could do pasta. Yeah, pasta arrabbiata. Angry pasta, hot. Give it a little flip, just so it doesn't get too burned. And I'm just going to do this over the sink so we don't lose any of the. There we go. What I find with the air fryer is the top always cooks a little bit faster than the bottom. So you have to, when you rotate it, is put the one that was on the bottom on the top and the one that was on the top of the bottom. Just so it gets there we go. Just so it gets cooked evenly. And I think you're right, Nadia. From the beginning, you called the mint is a dud. It just hasn't been doing well. It's only got 2 leaves on it, and it's really, really narrow. Whereas everything else is growing crazy. I think I don't know. And I have not made chocolate. I have not made chocolate pasta yet, Christine. I've been trying a few recipes from the cookbook, the Italian cookbook that I have. It's been a really good. There's no recipe for chocolate pasta in there, but it's been a really good book. So what I've actually been thinking of doing a little bit on the channel is doing a bit of a recipe book club, and we'll maybe talk about the book a little bit beforehand, and then I'll post talk about a few recipes in the video, and get everybody to maybe either pick up the book or choose a recipe together out of the book, and over the course of a month is try some of the new recipes, maybe try 3 out of the book or something like that, and let us know, kind of as more of a book club, just to try different things, and then we'll do some of them on the live stream as well. Because some of them are pretty simple. We did we've done the tomato sauce one, the three ingredient tomato sauce, which is good. I've made the bolognese meat sauce a couple times now. That's really tasty, but that takes all day. It has to simmer on the. We did that in the live stream, and I had it just kind of finishing it off. But that has to simmer. I made it the other day, and I started making it 9 in the morning, and then it simmered until about 5. So it's one of those dishes that take a long time. So to do live, it's not possible, but maybe to do a bit of some recorded cookbook club videos might work for that. And there's also a good recipe in there for a cabbage and a rice and cabbage soup. It's kind of like a risotto. We've done risotto before, but this is kind of more soup based, with some sautéed cabbage with risotto rice. Super tasty as well. But it takes a bit longer because I find a lot of the recipes in the book are kind of have to simmer and just take its time. So not necessarily can be cooked in and not like live in within an hour, but they're things that you could do throughout the day to prepare, and then when you're making at the end, they're quite quick when they're to be finished off. So yeah. Oh, bye, Mom. Her battery's gonna die. Hopefully my battery's not gonna die. Reminds me of the camera. I'm just gonna check these chicken breasts. Almost. We can kind of get it ready to go. Is the coleslaw? Yeah, Mike. The coleslaw was done. Oh gosh, 20 minutes ago. Before we started to do the chicken, we're just cooking the chicken, and then we're gonna. Once the chicken is done, we will put everything together, plate it up, and we will have it with the coleslaw. And I saw something about garlic. Oh, planting garlic. Yeah, Nadia would be, that's a good question, Dina. I have no idea, and I think Nadia would be the one to answer that. So, oh, there you go. After Thanksgiving. I think Nadia had like a ton. Her husband, Rob, I think has like I think it's more than a garden. I think it's like, it's not quite a farm, but it's definitely more than a hobby garden. It's got quite a bit of stuff, so, yeah. They're talking about, yeah, so garlic. What I've noticed about the garlic, Dean and everybody else, the stuff from the farm, like local garlic, it's like night and day. It's the flavor. The bulbs are giant, and the flavor is just so much better. From you almost need less. You know, like less is more. There's so much more flavorful. Should be done, yeah. Gonna give them a turn. Turn. And how long? It says 9 minutes, but we'll be a bit less than that. So let's get everything ready to go. We'll get our stuff. We'll get our coleslaw out and our buns. I'll just toast. I'm gonna toast the. I'll just toast mine up for now. Or I'll do two. And then let's flake one up. Once the chicken is done. So what I'm gonna do, because I do want to get my buns toasted, I'm gonna transfer the chicken onto one. And then toast the buns. So I transferred the chicken off to one and toast the buns on the other. And on the buns, you can really have kind of whatever you want. I'm just going to put a little bit of mayonnaise. I do kind of like them plain, but if you had some lettuce, you could put some lettuce. So we'll get the coleslaw. So you can see it's kind of like, now that it's been sitting for a bit, it's just kind of like the moisture kind of comes out a little bit, so it has shrunk down quite a bit. Got a nice smell. Give it a quick mix. To mix all the together. And then we will scoop some onto our plate. So growing garlic. I think, Nadia, can you not grow garlic. You can regrow the bulbs, right? Kind of thing. I think. It's going. Just be a second to toast up the chicken. Or sorry, not the chicken, the buns, and they'll be ready. You have to toast the buns. And you like yeah, I'm not a chicken cheeseburger fan, Christine. On a burger, absolutely, but on a chicken burger, I kind of just like the crunchy ones. Even if it's like grilled on the barbecue, I kind of just like it plain. I don't like the like cheese on chicken burgers. Call me crazy. On a regular burger, like bacon and cheese burger, oh, for sure. Just turn these over so they get grilled. Both sides. And give it a second. Yeah. And then we'll be ready to go, like 1 minute. And we'll have our burgers. And yeah, like don't you plant the one of the you break off and you can plant the cloves, I think. I don't know. I've never actually gardened like that. So I'm not really sure how garlic grows. I know you have to break it off after a certain point in time before it goes to flower, I think, right? I think. Definitely not a farmer. Mayonnaise. And there we go. Our buns. Mayonnaise. And then we will do our chicken. Garlic enthusiast. There we go. There is our air fryer chicken. So nice and crispy. That's it. And because they are fairly large, what we'll do is it's too big. Like it's too big to have one on one bun. So it's kind of just like I like to kind of basically I'll kind of cut them. Basically, you'll see here on a nice little bias, right? Because then what you can do is have like one like so, and then it's crispy on the other side too. And have two. So if you have two buns, do it that way. I'm going to cut this one in half so I can take a bite. Nice burger. And then we'll give it a taste. We have to do the taste test. Let's see what it is. So there we go. We've got our crispy chicken with fresh summer coleslaw. Look at that. So there we go. Everybody says lots of cheese. Oh, mustard. Yeah, you could have mustard on there too. Yeah, I like my burgers. Nadia. I like my burgers. You can do, I like them plain. Even on a regular burger, I just kind of like the burger plain. Yeah. So And there we go. So let's taste everything. It smells good. Coleslaw smells good. Mm-hmm. It's got a bite from the peppers, but it's also got the nice lime in there too. And the corn is sweet. Really good. Now, if you didn't want to do burgers or something like that, if you had a grilled chicken, you could have the grilled chicken. Would be great with it. The coleslaw would actually be also good with in the bun. A little bit of coleslaw with the chicken burger inside. The chili, you can taste the cinnamon, a little bit of cumin. It's nice. It's light. It's light. I think that that would be good on grilled chicken as well, or even a little bit on a steak. This is tasty. There we go. Thanks, everybody. The coleslaw is really good. I think there was a bit of I think there was some bone factor in that. It's tasty. I would definitely. This is one. So follow if you check out the recipe. You can taste the habaneros because it got a bit. I can feel it, but it's a nice like sweet spice. And it's like yeah. No, it's Stephanie. I'll have to tell Stephanie. I don't think she's watching today, but have to message her and say there was a moan and she missed out. She can come back and watch the replay. But there we go. Well, I think I've got everybody's questions. Thanks for joining everybody and watching me make coleslaw. If you do try this recipe, let me know. Come back and leave a comment. Let me know how you liked it. If you made it exactly the same or maybe you added something different. I think it would be nice on top here too, maybe. With would be a little bit of the feta cheese crumbled on top at the last minute on top of the coleslaw. Make it a bit more like a meal salad if you're not going to have chicken or something with it. It'd be definitely good with that. Feta cheese. You could also put if you know a side dish as a steak instead of burgers, or even regular burgers. I think would be really good on that. Or maybe some grilled salmon, something like that would be tasty as well. Thanks everybody. That's it. We'll be back live next week. We'll keep doing the Wednesdays, I think, until everything kind of gets back to into September, because we're coming up. I think we've got some long weekends coming up, and last bit of summer. I think on Fridays we're going to try and maybe hit the road a little bit here and get out, take some pictures, get out on the road. But it's always appreciated to join me for 5 o'clock on Wednesday. Hope you learned something. If you enjoyed the video, again, hit the thumbs up. I think everybody did that's watching. Always appreciated. And if you know anybody that hasn't subscribed to the channel or seen a video and think that they might be interested, just pass on the link to one of your friends. It always kind of helps, and it's nice to have new people. We had some new people visiting. If you're still watching, thank you for coming, and keep an eye out on the channel for when I have the new live stream posted. If you hit the notification bell, it will pop up and notify you when we are going to go live. That's it. Have a great night, everybody, and we'll see you next time. Take care. Bye.